Hey guys, so I just got off an amazing prayer circle that I have in my online community, and I was inspired to share something in that video chat live, and I wanted to share it publicly with all of you as well. For those of you who follow me and maybe haven't gotten to know me or know parts of my story but not all of it, and I wanted to share something about God's plan for us, because it tends to be so unlinear, and I know that we can get so overwhelmed in living out our purpose and having the motivation to do that, and getting the support that we need and everything else that comes with that. I wanted to share a piece of my story that I just shared in that group, and in hopes to inspire you today to understand that God's way is not our way, and sometimes that we can be so stubborn and prideful, and that tends to, hold us back from our greatest potential. And so I shared in the group, and so some of you may know this already, but over, I don't know how many years it's been now, but I struggled with nursing school, and I had this whole plan for myself that, I went to nursing school with an ROTC scholarship, 4-year scholarship. I was going to go active duty. I was going to be this amazing nurse in the Army who's going to travel the world and become this amazing leader. And of course, things didn't go that way. God had a different plan for me. And it was crazy at the time when I was in my senior year of college, and I ended up flunking out, ended up getting booted out senior year of college. And I felt like such a failure. I felt like my life was over. I felt like, that my purpose was over. Like I just lost the ability to live out my greatest life. And it's crazy now that I look back and I'm like, wow, yeah, that was not God's plan for me. He totally had a different plan for me. And my life, where it's led to this point, has been so unlinear, guys. It's been literally up and down, up and down, up and down to get to where I've needed to get to. Not where I wanted to get to, but where God wanted me to get to. And I want to encourage you, for those faith-filled women, or even the ones that don't really have faith but want to, right? And have faith in a higher being. I can tell you guys something, that his plan for us is way greater than the plan we have for ourselves. And he knows exactly what he's doing to develop you to become the person you're meant to become. And so those trials and those hardships that you have to go through, whether it's flunking out of college like I did, whether it's having a child at 22 years old like I did, and flunking after flunking of goals that I wanted, not achieving the ranks that I wanted to achieve when I was in the military, still in the military, whether it's achieving certain income levels, achieving certain accolades as a nurse, whatever it is. I can tell you guys right now from personal experience. Now I'm 32 years old. I'm not afraid to share that. I'm still a young bud. I'm just getting started. That his plan for us and those different stepping stones that he places in our life. Thank God he allowed me to finish nursing school. It took me 7 years, but I can tell you guys that he was developing me through that process. He knew I wasn't ready. He knew I wasn't ready to graduate. He knew I wasn't mature enough. He knew I wasn't ready. He's like, no, you're going back. You need to develop yourself more. You need to understand what studying really looks like. You need to understand what true hard work looks like, right? And I'm like, I worked hard. How can you say I haven't worked hard enough? No, he's like, no, you're going back into that furnace. I want to mold you into the person you need to become. And so he's gonna throw you in these things in your life, and you're like, shoot, like, haven't I had enough? Haven't I suffered enough? Haven't I gone through enough? Why do I need to go through more, right? But let me tell you guys something, that when you're going through those trials, when you're going through those struggles, whether it be marriage, whether it be finances, whether it be whatever it is, whether it's your career, and you're fighting hard, and you're like, I should be further ahead than I am right now. I can tell you guys right now, from my personal experience, that God is like, nope, you're not ready. You're not ready for the glory. You're not ready for the blessings. You're not ready for that quite yet. You need to continue growing. And so if you're sitting there like, shoot, man, it's been 10 years I've been fighting for this. Let me tell you, I have to share. I'm going to be sharing in the next weeks, hopefully, of an amazing story of one of my girls that I'm helping with her health and fitness. She's applying for law enforcement, and her story is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to share her story of 10 years of working for her dream, right? And you're like, shoot, man, why can everybody else, why is that person, fulanita over there, getting her dream in a year or two, and I'm over here 10 years in still, and I haven't seen anything yet, right? Well, that person was ready. Their trials that they went through, they were ready, but maybe you're not. And so you need more development. You need more refinement. You need more molding. And so apparently God knew I needed more molding in my life, apparently. So he's like, nah, you're not ready, Natalie. You're not ready for that greatness. You're not ready for that glory. You're not ready for that millions of dollars that are coming into your life. And so if you're sitting there still thinking, wondering, when is that time going to be for me? Stop asking when. Stop asking for that end result. Stop asking for, I want this now. Why me? Why? Stop being the victim and utilize that time right now that you're going through as character building. So when you have a plot twist, I call it plot twists in your life, you yell out plot twist, right? And this is character building time. For me right now, man, the last 3 years have been freaking hard. Personal development, going through marriage issues, going through financial issues, going through so much physically. It's just character building. And I would not be the person I am today. And I'm still developing. And who knows who I'm going to become in 10 years. But I can tell you that right now that God is developing me. He's developing you. And your path will never be linear. No one's path is going to be linear. And so stop telling yourself, I should be further ahead. I should be here. I should have achieved this. Stop telling yourself that. Because that thought, that mentality is what's holding you back from achieving your dreams and your goals. So I encourage you today to have some faith. Get on your knees and ask God, like, what is the next step for me? Where do you want me to end up? Stop asking about you and say, this is what I want. No, he wants us to humble ourselves and ask him for what he wants for us. And I know that's hard. That's so hard, right? We think that we all have our destiny and we choose our destiny. And I know this is going against the grain of a lot of people, what they believe in. But let me tell you guys, God has a plan for you. And he set that in the pre-existence. And some people live out that purpose, and other people, because they're so stubborn and prideful, never get to live out that purpose. So they continue living paycheck to paycheck. They continue struggling in their marriage. They never grow because they're stubborn. They're prideful. They don't want to humble themselves. They don't want to get on their knees. They don't want to pray for guidance. But I can tell you that the ones that do humble themselves, the ones that do listen, the ones that do obey, are the ones that receive the greatest blessings. And so today, I ask you to humble yourself. Get on your knees and ask him specifically what he wants for you. Not what you want, but what he wants for you. And I can tell you that he will guide you into the greatest job, greatest career, greatest opportunities, greater than you could ever imagine. More blessings than you can even withhold. But it only happens when you allow him to take the wheel of your life. Have an amazing day, ladies, and I will see you guys soon.